Thank you for watching the first section of our October pre-recorded meeting. Please enjoy this second session on the all but one principle summary presented by Steve Wagner of the AFOA.
Hi, this is Steve Wagner, and I'd like to take a little time and go over the all but one principle penalty enforcement for high school football. Hope that you get a little bit out of this, whether you're a first-year official or a veteran official. The whole point of these training sessions is to get things down in a comfortable, controlled environment like a classroom setting or sitting and watching film, so that when you're out in the chaos of a live game with all the pressures on you and everything going adrenaline high, that you'll have some things committed to memory to help you break down and process what's actually happening in real time. So let's get started. We're going to do a little bit of background. This is straight out of Football Fundamentals in your rules book in the back. Possession is a live ball, is always in possession of a team. A live ball is a player in possession or is loose. A loose ball is in possession of the team whose player was last in possession. So these are examples: a fumble which rolls out of bounds, an incomplete pass, a backward pass that goes out of bounds. Fouls, while it is possible to have several running plays, this is out of the foul section in all but one, have several running plays during a down, with each one having its own basic spot for penalty enforcement. There can only be one loose ball play. That's a very important concept, and we're going to get into that just a little bit here. All right, the ball's either live or it's dead. Pretty straightforward. I think everyone knows the ball becomes live at the time it's dead ball before the snap and after the snap at the end of the down. There's a live ball between the snap and the end of the down. Here's a graphical picture. When the dead ball starts, your dead ball during your 25 or 40-second play clock. Then at the snap, the ball becomes live. And then at the end of the down, it becomes dead. Pretty basic stuff, but important to get all this stuff down, building up the background here. Here's a graphical example about fouls and where we enforce them. All fouls are either live ball or dead ball fouls, obviously. Most live ball fouls are enforced using the all but one principle. And here's a graphic showing you that non-player unsportsmanlike conduct fouls and personal fouls could occur either live or dead ball. And live balls or fouls simultaneous with the snap are considered live ball fouls. Let's talk about spots. Basic spot is a point of reference for penalty enforcement. The enforcement spot is the point of reference from which the penalty is enforced. The dead ball spot is the spot under the foremost point of the ball when the ball becomes dead by rule. The previous spot is where the ball was last snapped or free kicked. The succeeding spot is where the ball would be next to be snapped or free kicked if a foul had not occurred. When the foul occurs during a down which a touchdown is scored, the offended team may choose the subsequent kickoff to enforce the penalty. Spots. Every penalty is enforced from one of the following spots: the previous spot, spot of the foul, succeeding spot, spot where the run ends, spot where the kick ends, 20-yard line, or goal line. Okay, now we're getting into the all but one principle. We have a little bit of background there. Every foul can be classified as follows. It can either be a foul by the team in possession, by the team not in possession beyond the basic spot. In other words, typically the defense or possibly the receiving team, or a foul by the team not in possession behind the basic spot, or it can be a foul by the team in possession beyond the basic spot, or a foul by the team in possession behind the basic spot. In this case, 1 through 3 are all fouls that are enforced from the basic spot. The one in the all but one exception is fouls by the team, it's number 4, in possession behind the basic spot. Those are enforced as a spot foul. Okay, so basically, anytime the defense fouls, when we're talking about all but one, or the offense fouls beyond the basic spot, those are all going to be basic spot enforcements. If the foul is on the team in possession, example, the offense, maybe a hold behind the end of a run, then that's going to be a spot foul. We'll keep going. Here's a graphical example out of this. Some of these references I've gotten out of the Reading Study Guide. If you have not purchased the Reading Study Guide, I highly recommend you do that once every couple of years. It's an excellent resource for topical football officiating study. It's a really good book. Anyways, here you see the examples with the arrows are the 3 cases where you're going to use a basic spot foul. Again, that's any foul on the defense, either behind the basic spot, beyond the basic spot. Also a foul on the offense that's beyond the basic spot. As you see in this example, the team is going from left to right. The basic spot is marked in the middle. And those 3 with the arrows pointing at the basic spot are all the examples of the first 3 in the all but one principle. The one on the bottom left corner is the all but one, the one example out of the 4 where the offense foul happens to occur behind the basic spot. That will be a spot foul. All but one principle exceptions. These are exceptions to the all but one principle. Any live ball foul is penalized according to the all but one principle, except fouls which occur simultaneously with the snap, a foul by the opponents of the scoring team during a successful try, field goal, or touchdown when the score is accepted, a non-player unsportsmanlike foul, roughing the passer when the dead ball spot is beyond the neutral zone and the kick. There has been no change of team possession. Typically, that's an add-on penalty. You'll give them 15 yards from beyond. Kick catch interference when the offended team does not accept a penalty of 15 yards from the spot of the foul. These are all exceptions to the all but one principle. We'll save those topics for another time. Right now, we're going to focus on the all but one principle. Where's the basic spot? Well, this is the whole key to understanding penalty enforcement. So if you're at it is the end of a run for fouls that occur during a run. It's the previous spot for fouls that occur during the loose ball play. And it's the post-scrimmage kick, PSK spot, is the end of the kick for PSK enforcement. All right. That's basics. We're going to break into running plays and loose ball plays to get more understanding. So what is a run versus a running play? Well, a run is when the ball is in player possession and can be all or part of a running play or part of a loose ball play. Okay. This might seem a little bit strange to go over this stuff, but just kind of bear in mind, all these charts are posted up on the AFO website. And so you can go take a look at these later if you want to go back and see something. The end of the run is the spot where the ball becomes dead in player possession, or where a player loses possession, example, a fumble, or a pass beyond the neutral zone, which is an illegal forward pass, or the spot where possession is obtained when the momentum exception applies. Okay, we'll keep on going here. Run versus a running play. Now here we're talking about a running play versus a run. Running play is any action which is not loose ball play. Seems kind of obvious, huh? Well, it's in or behind the neutral zone. Doesn't matter. Either of the following is what we're going to talk about here. If you have a running play that's in or behind the neutral zone, it includes a run not followed by a loose ball or a run followed by an illegal forward pass. Okay. If we're talking about beyond the neutral zone, it includes a run followed by a loose ball, including an illegal forward pass or illegal kick. A run ends with the runner when he loses possession, but the related running play continues until the ball becomes dead or some player gets possession. We're going to have some graphical examples of this here in a second, starting right now. The most basic running play is when the quarterback takes a snap and runs and the ball never becomes loose and they get tackled. That's a very short running play. And the basic spot is the end of the run. Okay, could be also a quarterback takes a snap, hands the ball off, and the runner gets tackled. At the end of that run is the basic spot. Okay, that's the most basic running play we have. Here's a running play with a fumble. In this case, there's only one run on this play. The scramble is part of the running play. Thus, the basic spot for any penalty that occurs during the scramble is the spot of the fumble. Okay, so the running play includes the run and the scramble, and any penalty that occurs during that time is going to go back to that basic spot, which is where the fumble is. Also a reason why we beanbag fumbles, because that is marking a basic spot. A little bit more complicated play. While there can only be, and I've said this before, it came straight out of football fundamentals, while there can only be one loose ball play during a down, there can be multiple running plays. There can also be a loose ball play followed by one or more running plays in the same down. So what you have to do is break plays down based on segments. In this particular one, we have 2 segments, 2 running plays. All right. We have 2 runs, 2 running plays, 2 basic spots. For the fouls during the first run and ensuing scramble, the spot will be the fumble. Basic spot is the fumble. For fouls during the second running play, the basic spot is where the ball becomes dead. So as you can see, we have a snap, we have a run, then a scramble, fumble, and a scramble. Then someone gains possession. That marks the beginning of the second running play. So if anything that happens during the action of that first running play, whether it's during the run or during the scramble, our basic spot's going to be where that ball was lost. Again, you'll have a beanbag on that spot. Then we move to the second segment of this play. Someone's picked it up. Now we can wipe away all that. If there were no penalties, put that behind you and start focusing on the second running play. Anything that occurs during that spot until that play is over. In this case, we don't have the ball come loose. We have a tackle. So we have a simple run followed by a tackle in the second one. So you're going to have the recovery point is the beginning of that run. Loose ball play is any action during a free kick, a scrimmage kick, or other than post-scrimmage kick fouls. It's a legal forward pass. It's during a legal forward pass. It's during a backward pass, including a snap. An illegal kick or a fumble made by A from or in or behind the neutral zone prior to a change of possession. The run or runs which precede such legal or illegal kick, legal forward pass, backward pass, or fumble. A running play is any action not included in Article 1, including the related run, as in 241-9B. Sounds like legal talk to me, but basically a running play is when you don't have loose ball play. So loose ball play, this is from Rule 10. That was the definitions, basically exactly the same comments. And you'll find this, and like I said, we just covered definition Rule 2. This is definition Rule 10. I'm not going to repeat the chart, but look at the note at the bottom. When the runs which precede such a legal or illegal kick, legal forward pass, backward pass, or a fumble are considered part of the action during that loose ball play. So what that brings to mind is, when does the loose ball play end? Is it extended or ended? And this is probably one of the more challenging parts to understand about the all but one principle. But if you get this concept down, it'll make your life a lot easier, and it'll be much easier to break down plays. So consider this. Anytime the ball becomes loose at or after the snap behind the line of scrimmage, you have a loose ball play. That loose ball play starts at the snap and it ends with the last possession. Well, where's that possession? Well, it could be behind or beyond the line of scrimmage. Doesn't matter. It could be either one. Okay. So the loose ball play is extended every time the ball becomes loose behind the line of scrimmage. Examples: you have a fumble, a pass, or a kick. When is that loose ball play ended? Well, the loose ball play is ended when the ball is in possession and does not become loose again behind the line of scrimmage. Examples: when the pass is caught or incomplete, or when the kick ends. Okay, so anytime that ball becomes loose behind the line of scrimmage, for example, we have a shotgun formation where the quarterback takes the shotgun snap. Now you have a loose ball play that started with a snap. You have a quarterback that's underneath the center, takes a direct handoff, runs back, flips the ball to a running back. Now the ball became loose behind the line of scrimmage. That loose ball play is now in effect, and it started with a snap. It does not end until that runner is tackled either behind the neutral zone or beyond the neutral zone. That's all part of that loose ball play. Another example would be quarterback takes a direct snap, runs back, throws a pass 20 yards down the field. That is now a loose ball play. That loose ball play does not end until that ball is caught downfield. At that point, then you transition to potentially a running play where the ball may become loose, and you could become multiple running plays from that point on. That loose ball play is ended once that ball is caught downfield. So any kind of penalty that happens during that loose ball play is all going to go with the basic spot of the previous spot. Here's some more examples. A run followed by a legal forward pass. This is one of the most basic ones. You have the quarterback under snap, under center. There's a pass, a run and a pass. Now we have a loose ball play. That loose ball play does not end until that catch is made. It doesn't matter if the catch is made beyond or behind the basic spot, line of scrimmage, sorry. It is the previous spot is the basic spot. If the runner were to catch that ball behind the line of scrimmage and fumble it, then we would have an extended loose ball play. If the runner never loses possession after that catch behind the neutral zone until he goes beyond the neutral zone, then we have the end of our loose ball play with the catch. Here's a backward pass followed by a scrimmage kick. Both of these are part of loose ball play, and this loose ball play does not end until the catch is made or the kick goes out of bounds. In this case, we have a run followed by a fumble behind the neutral zone. Both are part of the loose ball play, and there's a recovery. And so this loose ball play starts with the snap and ends with the recovery of that fumble. So any action that happens from the snap to the recovery, all part of loose ball play. You don't have to determine was the guy running with the ball in possession behind the line or not. It's all part of that loose ball play. Makes our lives a lot easier. Here's a combination play. We have a forward pass and then a run preceding it are all part of the loose ball play. Once the ball is caught, a separate running play begins. So you have the quarterback take a snap, runs off to the right, throws a pass downfield, catch is caught beyond the line of scrimmage. Now we have a loose ball play that has ended with that catch. Now we begin the next segment of this play, which is a running play, where that running play will not end until that player is tackled or a fumble goes out of bounds or a fumble is recovered by another player, okay? This one's one that I've heard several times, and it's a misinterpretation or an oversimplification of the all but one principle. Sometimes people will mention, they'll use the place where it hurts them the most as a determination on where to enforce a penalty. And while that might be 7, 8 times out of 10 correct, it is not the way we do all but one principle. Here's a counterexample. If the defense has pass interference where the interference and the play ends 15 yards or less beyond the neutral zone. So let's say you're on the 20-yard line going out, and this play, the pass interference and the end of the catch end somewhere between the 20 and the 35, okay? If this were enforced from where it hurts them the most, it would be stepped off from the spot of the foul, okay? Say the catch was made at the 20 and the previous spot was the 10-yard line, for example. Well, you'd be going 15 yards from the 20, not 15 yards from the 10. So the foul occurred during loose ball play, so the basic spot is the previous spot. The penalty is enforced from the previous spot, which hurts the defense less than in the enforcement from the spot foul. There's several examples of this, but this is just one to point out. So if you hear someone mention, you got to put it where it hurts them the most, that's the enforcement spot. That is not a correct interpretation of the all but one principle. We should do away with that language. We should just stick with the basics. Okay, here's the play. In this play, number 49 is going to have a pass interference occurring at the 1-yard line. So let's take a look at it, let it roll. Right there's the hit. Flag down at the 1-yard line. I'm going to run that through one more time. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, down the goal line near the pylon. That's where our foul is going to occur. It's on the defense. Bear with me. There's the interference. Okay. So example one that we just looked at, you had interference, the status of the ball during the foul was a loose ball. Okay, this foul occurred during loose ball play. Is defensive pass interference on number 49. This is a foul by the team not in possession beyond the basic spot. So where's the basic spot? The previous spot was the 24-yard line going in. This is a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, and it's going to be marked off half the distance from the previous spot because we're inside the 30 with a 15-yard penalty. The down will be replayed from the 12-yard line, and this will not result in a first down, as the line to gain is the 8-yard line. Next example. In this example, I want you to take a look at the right defensive end, okay? It's foul's going to occur on the 41-yard line. Now, note, this is actually a roughing the passer penalty. However, what we're doing is we're going to use this as a personal foul just for an example. And this is an example of a foul by the team not in possession, in other words, the defense, behind the basic spot, okay? Here we go. All right, so we have the foul. It's on the quarterback. And again, by the book, this was actually roughing, which is an exception to the all but one principle. I'm going to run it through one more time. For this example, we're just going to assume that this is a 15-yard face mask, or it could be on a runner, it could be anybody, but it's on the defense and it's behind the basic spot. Where's this basic spot in this play? It's the previous spot because the foul does occur while the ball is loose. So I'm going to play it one more time. There's the foul, ball loose. You'll see the flag coming in, okay? So, right defensive end foul at the 41 occurred during loose ball play. Again, note this is a roughing the passer. We are not using that as an example. If this was a roughing the passer, it would have been 15 yards from the previous spot. Excuse me. If the ball's incomplete. If the ball was caught and you have a roughing the passer, then we'd have a 15-yard add-on. Of course, half the distance might apply in that situation, but it'll be 15 yards from where the end of the play occurred, end of the run, catch and the run. So we are using this just as an example of a foul on the team, not in possession, in this case the defense, behind the basic spot. Basic spot was the previous spot, 34-yard line going in. So this is a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. The line to gain was the 24. So this will result in a 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Next play. Take a look at number 81. The offensive pass interference. It's going to occur around the 20-yard line. Okay, there's the flag. Gonna run it one more time so you can see it. So you see the official coming in, great position to make the call. The offense pushed off just before the ball got there. One more time. 81 to the left of your screen, going down for a pass. There's the push off, catches the ball. Looks like he actually ultimately went in for a touchdown. All right, so what do we have on that play? Status of the ball during the foul. Number 81, pass interference, occurred during the loose ball play. The foul is by the team in possession beyond the basic spot. That is a basic spot enforcement. The previous spot was a 50-yard line. So it's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. The down will be replayed, 2nd and 25 from the 35-yard line. Come out. Last example. This is the one in the all but one principle. This is a foul on the team in possession behind the basic spot. So in this case, take a look at number 73, offensive holding. It occurs around the 30-yard line. Number 73 is the center. There's the takedown. Flag comes in from the referee. Okay, let's do that one more time. Good catch by the referee. So take a look at the center. I know you can't see his number right now. He's the one that's going to do the hold. There you have the takedown. And ultimately, that occurred during loose ball play. So, next chart. Status of the ball. We have offensive holding that occurred during a loose ball play. And I want to point this out. This is what makes our life easier. This actually occurred while the quarterback was running with the ball, right? So you think, well, that happened during a run. Well, remember, once that ball becomes loose behind the line of scrimmage, you now have a loose ball play that does not end until the ball is either caught or an incomplete pass in this case. So that all becomes part of that loose ball play. So you don't have to worry, was he running back there? Was he in possession? What's going on? Once you have a loose ball play, everything that occurs until that loose ball play is over is all part of the same loose ball play, okay? So this is one of those where we have the team in possession, a foul by the team in possession, and we're going to go basic spot, previous spot, which was the 35-yard line, okay? This is a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, 30-yard line. The down will be replayed from the 20 coming out from the end zone. In summary, it is critical to know the status of the ball to determine the type of play, running play, or loose ball play when the foul occurs. While it is possible to have several running plays during a down, with each one having its own basic spot for the penalty enforcement, there can only be one loose ball play during a down. This includes a backward pass, including the shotgun snap, the runs or run, fumble or fumbles, or a kick from behind or in the neutral zone. Those are all part of that same loose ball play. The basic spot is the end of the run for running plays, the previous spot for loose ball plays. Exception, post-scrimmage kicks. Most live ball fouls are enforced using the all but one principle. The one in the case of the all but one principle is where the fouls by the team in possession behind the basic spot. Those are enforced from the spot of the foul. All other fouls are enforced from the basic spot. And that's it. Hope this was helpful. And these charts are posted up on the AFOA website. Have a great season.
Thank you for watching Session 2. Please use the following link to watch Session 3, the third and final presentation of our October pre-recorded meeting. This section is Loss of Downs summaries, again by Steve Wagner.